Hey guys, in this video, we will now show to you the BroBot online chatbot admin system, the unit test plan. So for the first test case we'll be showing to you is the completeness check. So here is the Excel file. As you can see, there is two steps. First step is to check if the user name or email is empty, and second is check if the password is empty. So if let's say I didn't type anything, if I don't click login, and both username or email and password should show, like the username is, it says please enter your username, and for password please enter your password. So for the next test case we will show to you is the consistency check. So we will be showing you the first two steps. First is check if the password will be shown or hidden when the show or hide password is clicked. So what we're referring to is this one, the icon, and second is check if the show or hide password, the appearance is changed when it is clicked. So let's say if I'm gonna type right here, let's see, it will appear that instead of the characters, like characters or numbers, it will change to the asterisk character. So second is I'm gonna click it, and here it is. The icon changes itself, so the password is not converted to the characters and numbers that I type. So I go back right here, and here it is. It changes back to the asterisk character. So for the next step we'll be showing to you right now is the check if the password is the link label right here, showing that it is the click is been clicked. So for now, we'll be testing it down there for that password, and it should be showing a form like this one. So here it is, BroBot forgot password form. Next step is the check if register button is clicked. So here is the highlight. So and the expected result should be the login module will be closed and the registration module will be displayed. So here if I got to register, and it should be shown like this. Here is the registration form. For the last step is to check if the login button is clicked. So the expected result should be if the user's credential entered is correct, a message box will be displayed, and once it's OK button is clicked, the login module will be closed and the loading module will be displayed. After loading the data, the loading module will be closed and the main module will be displayed. So here, so let's, I will be typing my username and password. All our things. Yep, here it is, guys. And for the final test case we'll be showing to you is the database check. And there is only one step you have to check. Is that check if user's credential entered is correct. So the expected result is that the welcome message box with welcome to the BroBot online chatbot admin system will be displayed. So in other words, there will be a notification shown. Otherwise, it will show us a valid user and invalid password will be displayed. Alright, so let's say we're gonna type right here first. I put a login, then it says that here it is. Both labels should be shown like here. This with invalid username and invalid password. So we're going back here, and this one, here it is. Before I log in, guys, so here is the disclaimer that in this video the admin system is connected to the local host for fast loading of data, because the server of our web host and database is from Europe. So, well, it really depends on how much the time you have to spend loading the database right here. So, I'm gonna click login, and here it is. Welcome to BroBot chat, online chatbot admin system, and here is the loading page. So, wait for it, and here it is. Here's the robot online chatbot admin system, the main module.
Alright guys, for the next module we'll be showing to you right now is the forgot password module. So here it is. I'm gonna drag it right here, the Excel file. So here it is. There's the first test case we will show it to you is the completeness check. So in this highlight you're gonna see check the first. There are three steps. So first is to check if email is empty. Second step is check if new password is empty, and third is to check if confirm new password is empty. So I'm gonna be closing it right here, and I click forgot password. I'm gonna click search and show please enter your email address. So I'm gonna type right here my email address. There it is. There's my account. Is this your account? I'll click it. Yes. And if you're gonna save it already, the error should be shown as the bold button that this entry field is required for both you and new password and confirm new password. So for the next test case we'll show you is the format check. As you can see, there are three steps in the highlight for email. So first is to check if email address contains only alphabetical and special characters. Second is to check if email address starts with letters, and third is to check if email address format is correct. So I'll be testing it right now, so I'm gonna close it. You gotta type right here and the letters first. That's the second. We confirm it, and if I'm gonna type it, there's invalid character for email address. That's the first step. So I'm gonna type right here, like letters is literally will tell you that that is an invalid email address. So now for the last two steps is right here. Here it is. There's a highlight, which are the steps 4 and 5. Now it is now on the create your password for. So step 4 is to check if new password entered is at least 8 characters, and the fifth is it check if confirm new password match the entered new password. So the expectations will be shown that password must be at least 8 characters long and contains uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. So the label list should be pop out right here in the password. So we're gonna type right here, and it's still the same. Should type at least 8 characters. So if I gonna like that, and let's see if I gotta type it right here. And password does not match. So here it is. So for the next test case we'll be showing to you right now is the consistency check. So as you can see, there are. So for now I'll be showing you all 4 of this. Now I'm gonna close it. Oh, before I close it, so here are the steps. Step 1 is to check if new password will be shown or hidden when show or hide new password button is clicked. And second is check if the shadow or the show or hide new password button appearance is changed once it was clicked. So steps 3 and 4 is the same. It applies on the confirm new password. So the expectation of this is that the first step is that new password will be displayed in alphanumeric numbers. Otherwise, the password will be displayed in asterisk character. for the second step for expectation, if new password is displayed in asterisk character, an I will be displayed. Otherwise, the I with slash will be displayed. So let's say close that. Let's say if I'm gonna type right here, that as you can see, while I was typing, it contains in the asterisk mod. So or the asterisk characters. Then if I'm gonna click show password, it changes to alphanumeric numbers, not the asterisk character. So if I go back to if I click hide password, it goes back to the asterisk character. Same for here. And if I tick back, and boom. Same as the new password. And for the final test case of this forgot password module, here it is the database check. So there are two steps. Check if the email address exists, and the second is to check if new password is saved. So the first step's expectation that the user photo, full name, email, address with a question is this our account, and yes or no buttons will be displayed. Otherwise, email not found will be displayed. And the second that is the check if your password is saved. The expectation is shown is a message box with password has successfully changed will be displayed. So we're gonna close it right here. Cancel. Let's reset it. If I type and it showed us email not found. So I'm gonna type it. This is your account, just like the display right here, just as expected for this first step. So now I'm gonna try this second step. So I click yes, and I type in my new password. Okay. And if I'm gonna save it, it would appear as password has successfully changed. By the way, my computer is running that slow, so bear me with that. Going back for now, here's the notification. It successfully changed. And I close it, it goes back to the login screen. Hey guys, in this video, we will be showing to you the unit test for the online BroBot chatbot admin system. So we will be checking right now the registration module. Here it is. First is we need to check first the completeness check. So there are at least about 13 steps we need to check it out. First step is to check if user photo is empty, and steps 3 up to 13 will be the same, has the same results. It will shows that if it is empty in the results, this entry field is required. So here, if I'm gonna click register, if I click create account already, it shows this photo is right here. Please select a photo. Another is please the entry field is required. Say for last name, given name, middle name, gender, position, department, email, username, password, and retype password. Another thing for that is to check if selected user photo exists. So if I click this one and I click this, it shows file already exists, please choose another photo or rename your file. And in addition to that, here it is, please select a photo. For the next test case we'll be showing to you is the format check. So there, I'm gonna show you the first 4 steps. So check if date format is correct. The date today in small letter y, there are 4 small letter y, 2 capital M's, and 2 small letter D's format will be displayed. So here it is. Capital M, so like says 10, which is October, which is this month, and small letter D, which is the day, which is 31. And small letter Y, here it is the year, current year. If you're gonna look at it, here it is. Here's the date. Next is the ID number right here. Are steps 2 and 4. So first we gotta check if the ID number contains only numbers and hyphens. Third is to check if ID number starts with numbers. And fourth is to check if ID number format is correct. The first results for the expected result for the step 2, it will show enter numbers and hyphens only. Third step, the results will be enter numbers first. Fourth, it will show invalid ID numbers. So if I gotta click special characters, enter numbers and hyphens only. But I'm gonna click hyphen, it shows enter number first. So if I gotta click this one, invalid ID number. So I'm gonna click make it clear. Here it is. Next is the last name, or steps 5 up to let's say about 10, which involves about last name, given name, and middle name. Same, let's check for the last name first. So check if last name contains only letters, periods, and white space. For the steps 5, for step 5, the results enter letters, periods, and white space only will be displayed. And for step 6, which is the last word, last name starts, check if last name starts with letters. It will display please enter letters first. Same for the given name and the middle name. So if I gotta click any special characters, here it is. Enter letters, periods, and white space only. The label is not displayed like this. If I gotta click numbers or space, I mean, it will tell please enter letters first. So let's see if I like that. If I gotta tap a number, the same, and space, the same. Inside numbers, same label, it shows letters, periods, and white space only. But if I click space, letters first. So let's see if I same for the middle name. Here it is. Letters, periods, and white space only. But when you click space, it will show please enter letters first. See, and it's done. For the next steps will be steps 11 up to 15. So which involves the position and the email address. So steps 11 and 12, you have to check if it contains only letters, periods, and white space. Same for the middle name, given name, and last name. Same for that. Also for the check, it will start with letters. Let's say if I can type this one, numbers or special characters. Same for period, it will show letters, periods, and white space only first. And if I got type space or not, it says please enter letters first. So, and here it is. Click department. Let's see this one. The email address right here. I'll show you what the first expected results for that one was step number 13. By the way, for step 13, you have to check if email contains only alphanumeric and special characters like this one, like displayed right here. But if not, it will show invalid character for email address. So if I gotta type any other except for what I showed you earlier, the exceptional, the special characters, it will show this invalid character for email address. What if I click alphanumeric numbers like this? If I type numbers first or numbers first, it will show enter letters first. But if I gotta type like this one, it will show that the invalid email address is now displayed. So I'm gonna type right now my email to prevent some errors. Here it is. For the last remaining steps for the format check are steps 16 to 20. So here it is. Here are steps 16 to 20. Here it is. Which involves username and password. For the username, let's check if only contains alphanumeric and special characters such as underscore. But if not, it will show that letters and numbers underscores only. Another thing is that it check if username starts with letters, but if not, it shows please enter letters first. And lastly is to check if username entered is at least 9 characters. But if not, it will show us invalid username. So let's see if I gotta type right here. As you can see, while I'm typing, it automatically shows that my username is invalid. So what if I gotta type space? It shows enter letters, number, and underscores only. So, but if I type numbers first, it will show enter letters first. Now I'm gonna create my username. To prevent any errors. Last two will be this one. The password. So password and retype password. So for the password, let's check if we entered at least 8 characters. But if not, it will show password must be at least 8 characters long and contains uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And another one is for retype password. Let's check if we type this if the retype password is matched the entered password, and if not, it will show the password does not match. So let's see if I can type my password. Let's see. It shows the same. But if I type the wrong password, it shows this. Password does not match. So I gotta retype it for at least to remove that error. Let's see. There you go. And the error itself is now gone. So for the next test case we'll be showing right now is the range check. There are about at least 5 steps we need to check. So first step is to check if the ID number allows a wide range of characters. Same applies to this. Steps like last name for steps 2, given name for step 3, middle name for step 4, and the username for step 5. The difference of the results will be this one. For steps 1 results, it will not display any extra characters when it reaches the 9 characters, and that is its maximum length. Another thing is for the last name, it's same applies for the given name and the middle name. It will not display any extra characters when it would reach up to maximum of 25 characters long. Another thing for the username is that it's same for the last name, given name, and middle name, but it will only not show any extra characters when its maximum length is about 20 characters. So let's see if I can type. As you can see, if I gonna type at least any more numbers, it's not able to display like that. So because hyphens are still counted as part of the length. Let's see if I can type last name right here. Well, it does not add it in anymore since I reached about 25. Same for here, and same for here for the middle name. For the username, as you can see, my last stop is 2, which is the 20 character that I reached its maximum length. So I'll change it back right here. There it is. I change it back for the next test case. Another one is the consistency check. There are at least about 6 steps we need to check. So I'm gonna show you first the first 4 steps first. So first step is to check if password will be shown or hidden when the show or hide password button is clicked. As for the result, the password will be displayed in alphanumeric characters. Otherwise, passwords will be displayed in asterisk character. Another thing is for the eye icon which is to check if the show or hide password button appeared is changed once it was clicked. If the password displayed in asterisk character, the I will be displayed. Otherwise, an I with slash will be displayed. Same for the retype password. So let's see. As you can see, if I click this I icon right here, it changes the I with the slash icon, but it changes to the alphanumeric characters. But if I click it back, it shows the I icon, but it changes back the asterisk characters. Thanks to this I with slash icon, and here's the alphanumeric. If I click back, here it is. Here's the I icon, but here is the asterisk character. Another thing for that is to check if select photo is clicked. So basically we have to click the select photo, and see if I click this one. Here it is. Here's my photo, and we're gonna check at this right here is to check if back to login button is clicked. As a result of that, if one or more field contains data, a message box will appear like the data you enter will not be saved. Do you want to return to login with? Once you click yes, the registration module will be closed and login module will be displayed. So if I gonna click back to login, here's the pop-up notification. It shows the data you enter will not be saved. Just do you want to return to the login as expected? Yes. And here it is. That was satisfied the 6th step. For the final test case for the register module is the database check. There is only one step, and that step is to check if user account exists. For the expected results, if a pop-up message will show user account already exists. Please change your ID number username, or email, then try again. Or otherwise, it will pop a message, account successfully created, returning to login screen. Now, let's see, I'll be back guys for inputting and show you the error type. I already filled all the text boxes and the total, so let's see if this is gonna show an error. So here it is. It pops up an error, user account already exists. Please change your ID number, username, or email, then try again. So as you can see, it's still perfect, but the problem of this is this. So the database scans that this ID number is already exists. So if I gotta check it, I'll show you the others like username and email. Let's see if I got this. I create account, and here it is. It still errors because database runs again and check if there's similarities. Then and it did scan. It pops up an errors that email addresses already exist. So let's change it back. Another thing is the username. If I create account, and here it is, another pop-up message. It runs the database and checks the username. It already exists, so I'm gonna put it back. And once I click save, otherwise it would said account successfully created, returning the login screen. If I click OK, it goes back to the login screen. Alright guys, so for the final module we'll be showing to you in the admin system is the main module. So for the main form, there are these about 2 test cases, and for need to show that with a total about 6 steps. So first test case is the format check, and there is only one step, which is to check if user photo and username displayed is correct. So for the expected results, it should be logged into the user photo and username will be displayed. So I did already logged in my account. So once you have logged in, and you will see after you logged in and load all the pages, you will see these on the top right corner of that. You will see the user picture, which is I have right here, and the username is already displayed right here. Next is the consistency check. There are at least about 5 steps. So now I'll dictate the one first. So first is to check if account options has selected an item. Second is check if dashboard button is clicked. Same for this one. Same for the manage conversation, account settings, and the login history. Alright, so if I gonna close it, first expectation should be this. So I'm gonna click this and it shows the account, goes to the directly to account settings. If I gonna click log out, it will pop up a notification which is a log out. Do you want to log out your account? This will automatically close the window, yes or no. I'll click no first, and that concludes the first step. Second step is to this for the expectation. The dashboard will be displayed right here. So wait for a bit. So since it's gonna load about a bit, so there it is. Here is the dashboard form right here. It is. It actually displays the bar graph and the frequently asked questions. Like here the feedback summary and the answered questions. Next is the manage conversation, and wait for a while. Here it is. It displays it, the default messages, responses, and unanswered. Next is the account settings. Same for these two. Dashboard and manage conversation. Here it is. It displays the my account and manage accounts, and it displays all of this for the my account. A lot of edits and change photo. And finally is the login history. We're gonna wait for a while. There it is. And it shows about the login history, which is about periodic about last 7 days, and checks the user login details. That's why I click right here, and that concludes the. So the next process we'll be showing to you right now is the dashboard from main form. So here it is, and let's see what will display. So there are at least about 3 test cases we need to check. So here it is. First is the completeness check. Check if the unanswered question table is empty, and check if the item unanswered questions table is selected. So I'm gonna close it for a while. Here's the unanswered question. So if I'm gonna click something like this, like an empty space and unanswered questions, if I gotta click response and delete, both these buttons will not be able to click, so because it is disabled. So what if I gotta click a certain item like this, and now both create response and delete is now automatically unable to click it for anything. So for the next test case we'll be showing to you is the range check. Only one step is, and that step is to check if frequently asked questions chart displays a wide range of questions. As for the expected results, it will show about the top 5 frequently asked questions that will display right here. So if I gotta click frequently asked questions, it will display this bar graph, and as you can see, at least you're gonna see about top 5 questions right here, as you can see. And for the final test case for the dashboard come from the main form is the consistency check. There are 4 steps. First is to check if frequently asked questions is clicked. Second is check if feedback summary is clicked. Check if create response button is clicked, and check if delete button is clicked. For the expected results first, the fact or frequently asked questions chart will be displayed. Same as for the feedback summary, it will show differently. It's a pie chart for feedback summary. So I'll go for the second first, and as you can see, here's the pie chart. It successfully displays a pie chart. Going back for the first, and here it is. Here's the frequently asked question. There's the bar graph. Now, the third step is now to check if create response is clicked. So what you're gonna do is you click a certain item. If I'm gonna click response, it will show directly to create. Wait for a while. Create new BroBot response. Since I'm not touching anything yet, so I'm gonna cancel for a bit. Yes, I can cancel it. And final one step is to delete. So for expected one is if I gotta delete, it will pop up a notification. Do you want to delete this question? Say no, it won't delete. If I gotta delete it, yes, and it pop up another notification which is that the question has successfully deleted. So for the next process we'll be showing to you right now is the managed conversation. And as you can see, it loads for a bit. Hang on for a second. Boom. Here it is. Here's the managed conversation. And for the managed conversation, there is only at least one test case, and which is the consistency check. There are 3 steps. Basically, it's simple. It's rare, and it is all the same. You just have to click it. right here. Let's say it's check if default message is clicked. Same for this. Check if response is clicked and check if unanswered is clicked. For the expected results, it will show the default message tab right here will be displayed. So I'm going to start first with the responses for the second step and wait for a while. It loads and here it is. It successfully shows the responses. So as you can see right here. For the unanswered, here it is. Here it successfully shows the unanswered question, the number users will ask, and finally is the first step is the default messages. So as you can see, I'm gonna click back right here. It displays successfully. For our first process for the manage conversation from main form is the default messages. So here it is. There are these 3 test cases you need to check. And actually, I'll go for the first one. We will go to the first one, which is the completeness check. There are 6 or 5 steps you need to check, and actually, it's all the same. It's gonna be checking if it is empty after updating, and same results for that for every text box in these default messages right here. It shows that this field is required, and let's say for the BroBot's greeting message, this field is required will be displayed, and BroBot's greeting message edit button text will be changed to cancel. Same for this, it shows no result message edit, and it shows a cancel up to the no feedback. So first is the BroBot's greeting message. So if I'm gonna click it, if I get a reason, it automatically shows this field is required right here in this label with the red one. And if I click cancel, it goes back where it was previously saved. So wait for a while, and bam, it goes back where it previously saved. So same for this for the no result message. You gotta remove that. It shows this field is required, and if I cancel, it goes back to the previously saved message. Here it is. And the last 3, here it is. For the confirmation message, it shows that this field is required. Same for this, yes and no feedback. I gotta remove it all. Same for this one. These 3 will show this field is required. If I cancel it, it goes back to the confirmation message with yes and no feedbacks, previously saved data, or the previous saved message. So for the next test case for the default message we'll be showing to you is the consistency check. I'll show first the first 3 steps, and that step is which is actually the same. And that step right here, what aligns them is to check if the edit button is clicked. So and the expectation is this, the edit button text will be changed to cancel. So if I'm gonna click first is the BroBot greeting message, and if I gotta click it right here and I click cancel, wait for a while, boom, it goes back to the previously saved message. Same for the no result message. Wait for a while. So please bear removing that from my database. For the database will be shown right here just because it slowly loads all the database on how much it is. And here it is. Guys, sorry about that. So as I said, let's check for the confirmation message for the third step. So here it is. It shows about if I click cancel, it goes back to the previously saved data since I didn't touch anything, and let's wait for a while. And here it is. It works successfully. So For the last 5 steps, we'll be showing to you is this one. Steps 4 to 8. Actually, they're pretty much aligned for this. These tests are the steps. So all the steps 4 to 8 are same. So we're gonna check why. It's because it aligns. So that the steps we have to check is to check if the text has changed, meaning for the overall results of steps 4 to 8, actually it shows that if it doesn't have any changes there, the edit button will be changed to cancel. Otherwise, if I gotta type anything, BroBot's greeting message edit button text will be changed to save. So it applies the same to the steps 5 to 8. So let's say if we gotta edit right here, it'll change to save. So if I go back here, it's cancel. Let's say I save it, it'll pop up a note. Introduction message has successfully changed. Same for this, no result message and the confirmation message with the yes and no feedback. So I'm gonna type it right here. Sorry about that. It's a lot. And it pops as a success and it goes back. And boom, here it is. That's the consistency check. And for the final test case for the default message, it's a database check. It aligns it first for steps 1 to 3. It all aligns with the objective. Is to check if the text is saved. Same for the steps 2 and 3. And the results, expected results, there should be a notification that this message has been successfully changed. Same for this one. And because of that, I accidentally save it. So if I gotta go back right here, go back, let's see, I'm gonna save it. So I'll show the process again. So I gotta edit right here, and it goes back, and bam, it's saved. Wow, so I gotta go, that's number right here, and it pops another notification, which confirm that all these 3 messages right there, the BroBot greeting message, no result message, and confirmation message with yes feedback and no feedback, it'll pop out a notification that which is said it successfully changed. So for the next process for the managed conversation from main form is the responses chat. So here it is, and there are about at least 2 test cases. So I'm gonna show you the first one, which is the completeness check, and the only step here is to check if item response table is selected. So here, which I already did it, and the expected result is that check if the edit delete should be enabled. So let's say if I click it and bam, it enables the edit and delete. Another thing is the consistency check for the next step case. That's the second, and there are at least about 3 of them. First is to check if add button is clicked. Same for this. Check if edit button is clicked. And third is check if delete button is clicked. For the results for the add button, it creates response tab page will be displayed with the text ID. So here it is. Here's the response. And also I gotta, let's see if I gotta add a little bit, and I save it. Boom. It actually adds the question right here. So that's for the add. Next is the edit button. So let's see if I gotta edit right here, and it shows differently. So which is like this. It gets the saved data right here, which is I and put it earlier the question in the response. So I gotta to cancel it since I already added it. And lastly is the delete button. So if I gotta click it, it'll show a pop-up notification that says, do you want to delete this response? And I click no, it won't delete. So if I gotta click yes, it shows another pop-up message. It shows response has successfully deleted. For the next process, for the managed conversation from main form is the unanswered. So here it is. Let's load it for a while. Here it is. There are at least about two test case we need to check. So first one is to complete this check. So there are two steps. First is to check if unanswered questions table is empty. And second is to check if item in unanswered question table is selected. Expect the results for the first step. The create response button and delete button. Delete button is disabled. And another thing is that create response and delete button has been enabled. So if I gonna click any of this white space, it doesn't click it, right, the create response, so it's actually disabled. So next is if I'm gonna click a certain item, here it is. It automatically enables the create response and delete button. Another test case is called the consistency check for the unanswered. So there are at least two, which is same for the complete this check. First step is to check if create response button is clicked, and second is to check if delete button is clicked. First step's expectation or expected result is that the create response tab page is displayed with text in ID, question, or input of selected item in an answered table. So another second step is the message or the pop-up notification will show that do you want to delete this question. If I click yes, the selected unanswered question will be removed. And it shows another pop-up message. It says that question has successfully deleted. So let's see if I click create response and click right here. Let's wait for a while. Boom, it goes to the create new BroBot response. So let's say I'm gonna cancel because it actually works for the create response. But if I'm gonna delete it, it automatically removes that what I've been selected. So another pop-up message, question has successfully deleted. For the next process we'll be showing to you is the create response. So as you can see right here, I'm in the responses tab, and for the test case there is about 3 test cases we need to check. So I'll go for the first test case, which is complete this check. There are at least 2 steps you need to check. That is, if the question input is empty, so you check it and check if the response is empty, which is the second step. Both results should be that this entry field is required, and the option field of the first step, the options field will be disabled. So for the second step, expected result, it only shows this entry field is required. Let's say if we're gonna add a question, And based on this, the question or input is empty. And as you can see, if I click nothing of this, if I click options, it actually disables the create new option for the existing response. So it actually disables it. Now for the next one, its response is empty. So actually, if I click here, it only shows both of them actually. Both response and question input has this label, which is this entry field is required. And one other thing is that it disables the options tab, which is to create your option from existing response. It disables if this both of this needs entry field. So for the next test case is the format check in response from the managed conversation. So there are 3 steps. So let me show you first. So here it is. There are exactly at these 3 steps. First step is to check if enter option match the entered question or input. Second is to check if response match the entered response. And third is to check if selected item in create new option from existing response match the entered question or input. Results for test or so step 1 option already exists. It will pop up this text and the add button will be disabled. Same for response. Response already exists and the add button will be disabled. The third step's result is that the add button will be disabled. So let's say if I create a question or input and I type this response, and here's the first step is to check if is match. If you gotta click it, it pops up like this. The option already exists and the add button is disabled. It's the same for this. It will show response already exists. So let me add this add first for the third step. So basically what happens if you're gonna click edit and you click the latest one, which is the same question I just input, the add button itself is still disabled. The next 4 steps will be showing to you right now is are steps 5 to 8. Now I will show you these steps 6 and 7 since it's pretty easy for that. So step 6 is to check if add button is clicked, and 7 is to check if remove button is clicked. For the expected results for step 6, the selected item in new create option for the existing response or text in enter option and response will be added to the options table. So here, and the 7th one is the message box with do you want to delete this option will be displayed. So in other words, a pop-up message will be shown if you're gonna delete it. And once you click yes, the selected options table will be removed. So let's say if I got add either of this, let's say I'll click from create new option from existing response. I click College of Education and I click add. Boom, it shows me the options one. But if I click remove, it says do you want to delete this option? I click yes. And boom, it successfully removes the selected option I just created. And now, let's say if I gotta add a question right here, now I will show you the steps 5 and 8. Let's wait for a while. here it is. And if I gotta click it, which shown on the step 5 is to check if item option table is selected. So basically I just click right here the certain item which is from the options. It's ID number 36, options like 15 and response 78. And what the expected results is that it will set the value of options and responses column of the selected item in options table respectively. So one other thing is that the add button text will be changed to update, and remove button will be enabled. So as you can see right here, it is shown right here, and the update is disabled, but it's changed to, as I say, but it's now it's update, and the remove is now enabled. As for the steps, as for the step 8 is to check if update button is clicked. Now what would I do is for the expected result is that the selected item in the options table will be updated. So to do that is to update it. So I'm gonna update something like this, and it enables update. If I click update, here it is. It updates the response, which I did earlier right here. So for the last two steps for the consistency check are steps 9 and 10. It's basically for step 9 is to check if save button is clicked. Same for that. Check if cancel button is clicked. Expected result for this one, for the check if save button is clicked, is if add or create response button was clicked to navigate create response tab page. A pop-up notification will show responses successfully added. Otherwise, if edit button is clicked to navigate and create response, a pop-up message will pop out. This is the same thing, which is responses successfully edited. And that's the other part is only for the edited button. So for me, let's say if I update it and if I save it, hold on for a second, it shows responses successfully added. Let's go back to the response. Let's go back to the previous one right here. Let's say if I really want to, not this one actually, it's right here. If I edit that, and if I say if I added it, let's say I copy edited one, this one is shown differently. Hang on, and I click save. Hold for a second. Boom. It will pop up a different message, but same thing. It says response has successfully edited. So for the next process we'll be showing to you right now is the account settings. Here it is. And there is only one test case, which is the consistency test case, or consistency check, I mean. And there are two steps of it. So it is more on this page. So first step is to check if my account is clicked, and second is to check if manage account is clicked. So I'll be doing first the manage account, and if I click manage account, it will display this. It displays successfully. It should be shown as this one with details, and this one is with the table. And if I go back to my account, it will display your personal information. So the first process for the account settings in the main form is the my account. So there are at least about let's see, about oh yeah, there's a lot of this. Actually, it's gonna be at least about 4 of them. Actually, there are 4 test cases we need to check it out. So of it, doing the first one, which is to complete this check. So there are at least about 10 steps with a line of this, with a line of the steps of what we're actually gonna do. So check if ID number is empty. Same for steps 2 and up to 10. But the results for steps 1, it only shows the ID number format, which is like here. But in addition to this, it shows the invalid ID number. It will display on the right below the ID number format. So if I can click here and I erase it, it pops out invalid ID number. I cancel it. Same as right here. Last name, given name, middle name, all that for it, right? For the next step, we'll be showing to you is step 5. Step 5 is to check if email is empty. For the expected results, the valid email address will be displayed. So close it out. So what if I do this? Click delete and it shows the invalid email address. Okay. Student, and this entry field is required also. This one. Actually, it's not that. Here it is. For the last 3 steps in the My Account from account settings are steps 8 to 10. So it's only to check if current password, your password, and confirm your password is empty. And these 3 has the same results that will show with this error. This entry field is required. So let's see if I can click. If I click tab and it shows this entry field is required. So let's see if I type it. If I click tab and it shows this entry field is required, same for this one. And here it is. Both of these has labeled the error like this entry field is required. Same for the confirm your password. So for the next test case, what we're showing you is the format check of the account settings in the My Account. So we're gonna show you this 4 steps first. So the first 4 is steps 1 is to check if date create format is correct. Second is to check if ID number contains only numbers and hyphens. And for third is to check if ID number starts with numbers. And fourth is to check if ID number format is correct. So here it is. I'm gonna check it right now. Oh, for the first step is actually corrected. It's actually correct since I created on October 28th, and the format is absolutely correct. The format it should be 4M, 2 small letter D, and 4 small letters Y. So here it is. It's not actually 2. It should be 4M, 2D, and 4Y. So it is in the correct format. So second is here for, let's see if we're gonna put it, add this if we're gonna type a special characters already, it'll show up enter numbers and hyphens only. So if I click on hyphen, it shows enter number first. The same as for the steps to the expected results. Any characters you have to type, it'll pop up enter numbers and hyphens only. But I click hyphen for step 3, the expected result should be enter numbers first. But if I click number like this, it shows invalid ID number. So close it by one. Next step is step 5, which I didn't show it actually. I'm going for the first 4. So steps 5 for the last one for ID number is to check if ID number text has changed. For the expected results, if ID number does not have any changes, save button will be disabled. So here it is. And it's, as expected, it does not enables the save one. If I change it, it automatically enables the save button. So if I click save, there it is. I'm gonna go back. I have to go it back. Boom, here it is. So for the next step is our steps 6 up to 14, which involves last name, given name, and the middle name. So the first 3, I'll explain right now what are the steps. Check if last name contains only letters, period, and white space. For expected results, it shows enter letters, periods, and white space only. White space, I mean. And the 7th step for that is to check if last name starts with letter. For the expected results, please enter letters first will be displayed. And for the last one is to, for this last name is to check if last name text has changed. If last name does not have any changes, save button will be disabled. So same for the given name and for the middle name. So let's see if I do it. So let's see if I remove here and card. If I gotta type numbers or characters, boom, that confirms for the 6th step. First one, if I click a space, it says please add the letters first. So let's see if I, and that's for the 3rd one. For the last name, it doesn't show this save button, but if I go like this, it enables the save button. Same for here. If I gotta type numbers first, it pops out this. And second is if I gotta enter space, it pops out differently like this one. Please enter letters first. And now if I gotta type my name right here, it does not automatically enables the save button. If I change it, it enables the save button. And same thing from here. Type it, enters letters, periods, and white space only. But if I click space or white space, enter letters first. Let's see. Here it is. It automatically enables the save button. But if I do that, it automatically disables. So for the next steps, we'll be showing you right now is our steps 15 to 19. So step 15 is to check if gender selected items has changed. So if gender does not have any changes, save button will be disabled. So there it is. If I click male, it does not enable save, but I click it differently. When I remove it, it does not automatically enables the save button. If I click this one, it enables the save button. And next is the email, which is from steps 16 to 19. Here it is. Step 16 is to check if email contains only alphanumeric and special characters. For expected results, it'll show invalid characters for email address. 17 is to check if email starts with letters, it shows please enter letters first. And for the next one is step 18 is to check if email format is correct, but if not, for the expected results, invalid email address will be displayed. And for step 19 is to check if email text has changed. If email does not have any changes, save button will be disabled. So let's see if I'm gonna do it. Let's see if I remove this one. If I gotta type it right here, invalid characters for email address. But if I type numbers, please enter letters first. So if I type like this, it shows invalid email address. Let's see if I type right here. It does not enables the save button because this is actually the same email address I be typed. So if I'm gonna change it, it automatically enables this save button. For the next steps are steps 20 to 23. So step 20 is to check if position contains only letters, periods, and white space. Once it was done, it will show enter letters, periods, and white space only. And check if position starts with letters. So if you're going to type that, it will show that please enter letters first. Check if position text has changed for step 22. If position does not have any changes, save button will be disabled. So for this, and for the step 23, check if department as selected item has changed. But for the expected results, if the department does not have any changes, save button will be disabled. So let's close it for now. Let's edit for student. As you can see, if I click one, numbers already, it shows this. But if I click space already and click, it'll show this label. Please enter letters first. I'm gonna type right here and it disables the save because this is the same position I did type. So if I can change it, it enables the save button. Another thing is here. Let's say if I click this one, it disabled the save button because this is actually I previously selected one. But if I select a different department like this one, it enables the save button. And for the final remaining steps are steps 24 up to step 31. So I'll show you first the steps 24 to 27. So steps 24 is to check if username contains alphanumeric and special characters such as underscore. For the expected results, enter letters, numbers, and underscores only will be displayed. The 25th step is to check if username starts with letters. If not, like let's say I type numbers, please enter letters first. Another thing is to check if username entered is at least 9 characters. If not, it will show invalid username. And for last one for the username is to check if username text has changed. But if not, the save button will be disabled. Same for the current password. For this steps 26 and 27. For 26, is to check if current password entered is at least 8. And it shows that enter your current password will be displayed. So I'm gonna display it first for the username. Let's see if I erase this. It shows enters letters and numbers and underscores only. So if I gotta type numbers, it shows enter letters first. But it's typed already like this, less than 9, it will show that it is a valid username. Like, hold on, let's say if I would type it. If I retype it, the save button is disabled since I already retyped it, and it is the same username I did use. So if I gotta change it to a different one, it shows this, the save button. Next is the current password. If I gotta type here, it shows password does not match. Here it is for steps 29. For step 28, when I leave blank, it says enter your current password. Next will be this one, steps 30 and 31. So I'm gonna do it first, the current password right here. Here it is. Oops. Steps 30 and 31. So step 30 is to check if new password entered is at least 8 characters. But if not, this will show password must be at least 8 characters long and contains uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And step 31 is to check if confirm your password match the entered your password. But if not, it will show password does not match. So let's see if I gotta type it right here. Still, if I type like this, it does not. It shows still like this. It's about 5 characters. So if I gotta type it correctly, let's see if I type it here. It shows password does not match. So for the next test case for the My Account from account settings is the range check. There are 5 steps to need this to check. So first things first, to check if ID number allows a wide range characters. Actually, it's the same for steps 2 and 5, but it actually has a different range. For steps 1, the ID number will not display character when the maximum of length reaches at least 9 characters. For the last name, given in the middle name, when they reach at least 25 characters, any extra character will not display since it has reached its maximum length. But for the username, it only allows you at least 20 characters. Let's see if I can remove it. And as you can see, you can actually hear I did not type anything because it does not display anymore because I reached it as its maximum length. Because hyphen actually still counts as a character. Same as for this, I gotta type right here. It does not show. It's only last letter is letter A. Same for the given name. My last letter is in it. It's on the 25th character. Same for this one, for the middle name. It will reach to S. That's the 25th. For the username, let's see if I type right here. My only last step is letter D. That is the 20th character. And for our final test case, we'll show it to you right now in the My Account from account settings is the consistency check. There are at least about 30, so I'm gonna show you at least 6 steps first. So let's see, it is for current password, new password, and confirm your password. First is to check in the current password, which is check if the current password will show or hidden, where show or hide current password button is clicked. for expected results, it will show the current password will display an alphanumeric characters, otherwise the current password will display an asterisk character. For the second was for the current password button, current password, check if the show or hide button appearance is changed once clicked. So for it only shows for the icon. So if let's say if the current password displays an asterisk characters, and I will be displayed. Otherwise, I with a slash will be displayed also. So let's see. Same for the new password and the confirm new password. Let's see if I can type my current password. As I type it, it shows the current password. Let's see if I type my current password and I click show. As you can see, it changes this one the alphanumeric characters, and this one changed also the icon. This changes the I with the slash icon. But if I click again, it shows the I icon and it changes back to the asterisk characters. Same for this one. Same if I type my new password. If I click show password, it changes the I with slash icon, and this one it shows the numerical characters. And when I click it back, it shows the I icon with the change of this one is back to the asterisk character. Same for this. I'm gonna type my confirm new password. Same as the new password. And I click while I type in, it shows the asterisk characters. So if I click show password, the icon has changed to I with a slash icon. So, and here's the alphanumerical numbers or numerical characters. Then if I gonna change it back, it shows the I icon with a only asterisk character. So for the next step is step 7. So step 7 is to check if change portal button is clicked. And once it was clicked, this expected results that an open file dialog will be displayed. So close it back. So if I click change portal, it opens this, the open file dialog. For the next steps are steps 8 up to, let's say, about 17 first. So steps 8 to 9, so is for the ID number. So let's see, for step 8 is to check if ID number edit button is clicked. An expected result, ID number edit button will change to save, and the ID number cancel will be displayed. So next thing is the ID number text box will be enabled and other buttons will be disabled. Same for this. Another this for check if ID number is cancel button is clicked. So if click, it will change back to edit. Once it was clicked the ID number cancel button, it will not display the present one. Instead, it will display on the previously saved ID number. So I'm gonna highlight it first again right here, and let's see if we gotta get these steps 8 to 9 for the ID number. If I edit it, here it is, just as expected from right here. It changes to save and the cancel is displayed. But in addition to that, the ID text box will be enabled and the other buttons like the save or like the others like this one, the edit ones, it will disable. Next for step 9, here it is. It changes back to edit, and that's it. Same for the steps 10 to 17 actually. For last name, just like its ID number. Let's see if I gotta do the process. So here it is. Text box is enabled. Edit is changed to save, and it's still disabled. And the cancel button is displayed. All the other edit buttons, like this one, is disabled. It's like same for this. If I cancel it, it goes back to edit, and it goes back to the previously saved last name I just put. Same for this one. If I click edit, it changes to save. All the other edit buttons will be disabled. It adds the cancel button, and I can actually edit the text box. Same step for that one is that if I cancel it, it goes back to the edit button and previously loads this given name, which is actually my name. Same for the middle name, it changes to save button, adds the cancel button, and all the other edit buttons is disabled, and I can actually edit the text box. If I cancel it, here it is. It changes back to edit, and you can now access the all other edits, but the middle name will load its previously middle name data. Save for the suffix. All other edits are disabled. That edit I just click to change it to save, and adds a button cancel, and I can now edit the suffix text box. Same for that. If I cancel it, it goes back to the edit, so I can click any one of these, but it will load the previously saved data. Next step is our steps 18 to 23. So it only consists of gender, email, and position. The same steps, just like the previous steps, like here, like the middle name, suffix. This one is actually the same. So for gender, check for the edit button. Check if the edit button is clicked, and same for that if the cancel button is clicked. Same for that is, and the same process is that the gender edit button text will be changed to save. Gender cancel button will be displayed or will be added as a button. Gender combo box will be enabled, and the other buttons will be disabled. So I'm gonna highlight it again. Here it is. Gender, email, and position. So let's see if I can edit one. As you can see, I can actually edit the combo box right here, and the edit button I just click turn to save button and adds the button named cancel, and the rest of the edit buttons right here is disabled. So another thing is if I click cancel, it is now enabled, and so for the rest, but the combo box is disabled and loads the previously saved data. Same for this one. It automatically changes the save button and adds a button named cancel. I can edit on the text box, and the rest of this edits, the edit buttons will be disabled. Same for that, cancel, it backs to the edit, and the text box is disabled and loads the previously saved data. Same for this one. Position changes to save, adds the button cancel. Text box is now enabled to edit, and the rest of these edit buttons is disabled. Same for cancel, it goes back to the edit where you can actually click any one of these edit buttons, but the text box is disabled and loads the previously saved data. Next steps are steps 24 to 27. Here it is. Same steps actually. It's only to check if edit button is clicked and check if cancel button is clicked. Same results. It will change the save button. It adds a cancel button. Some of this will display as a combo box or a text box that's being enabled, and the other buttons will be disabled. As same for the cancel, it changes back to the edit, and the cancel button will not be displayed anymore. And same for that, the combo box will be disabled or the text box will be disabled, and the rest of the buttons, like the other edit buttons, will be enabled. Same applies to the username. Let's say if I click edit, it changes to save, and it adds the button which is cancel. I can actually edit the combo box like this, and all the other buttons, like the other edit buttons, is disabled. But once I click cancel, here it is. The combo box is disabled. I cannot edit, and it loads the previously saved data, and the save button is changed back to edit, and the cancel is not there anymore. Same for the username. I click edit, it changes the save, adds the button cancel. I can edit the text box right here, and all the other buttons will be disabled. Same for the cancel. All other buttons will be enabled. As for the disabled ones will be the text box, and it loads the previous saved data. Now for the final one, the final remaining ones are steps 28 to 30. So here it is. It's actually there are 3 of this same, but steps 29, it has to check if the password sync button is clicked. So once it was clicked, the password edit button will be displayed. The password sync button, cancel, current password text box, you text your password and the confirm your password will not be displayed, and all other buttons will be enabled. So if I'm gonna do it, here it is. Let's say if I type right here, here it is actually there. The rest of the buttons is now disabled. It changes the save button. Just like click the edit right here, it goes right down and change the save button. There's a cancel button, and now the rest of these 3 cannot be editable. Let's see if I'm gonna type right here. As I change it, oops, my bad. If I gotta click save, let's hold for a while. It pops up a notification is that the password has successfully changed. Bam. It goes back to the edit, and the rest of the buttons are now enabled. The rest of you actually see the current password, the new password, the confirm password. What did I? The save button and the cancel will not now be displayed. Let's see if I retype it. Let's see, I'm gonna type it back. Sorry for a second. There you go. I save it again. Hang on guys, since I changed my password back, so here it is. I'm gonna show you the cancel button. So here it is. But if I click cancel, same results, but it will not save. So here it is. The current password, new password is confirmed, save and cancel will not be displayed. Actually, it changes back to the edit. Well, when I click the cancel, the save button goes back to the edit, and now all other buttons will not be enabled. But for the text box, it changed back this. For the next process is the manage accounts for account settings. Let's wait for a while, and here it is. Here's the manage accounts, and there are at least one test case, and that is consistency check. There are at least 3 steps to check. The first step is to check if item in accounts table is selected. So the user account details will be displayed for the expected results. Second is to check if selected items in account table match the login account. Once it was clicked, the delete button will be disabled. Check if delete account button is clicked. It will show a pop-up message says, do you want to delete this account? Once yes, the selected item in the accounts table will be removed, and a message box with account has successfully deleted will be displayed. Or in other words, a pop-up message that will say account has successfully deleted. So let's try for the first step. Let's see if I click an item in accounts selected like this. It changes to this, so it reveals the user account details right here. As you can see, I click it back, and here it is. That's the first step. For the second step, here it is. Once I was click, it deletes the the delete account would not be displayed since I was in my account. If I click my account right here, it disables the delete account since I already log in. So but if I click right here like this, it enables the delete account. So for the third step is if I click delete, it pops up a message. It says, do you want to delete this account? If I click yes, it shows account has successfully deleted, and okay. For the final process is the login history from the main form. So here it is. Here's the login history. There are at least about 2 test cases we need to check. Each of these has only one step. Let's check first the consistency check. First step is to check if item in login history is selected. And for the results, the user login details will be displayed. So if I click this right here, just double click it, and here it is. It displays the user login details. Another thing is for the database check. They only says to check if account or item in login history table does not exist. For the expected results, the user login details will not be displayed. So if I click this one, like the account of Mon right here, it won't display since it doesn't display its user login details anymore since I deleted it earlier. Hey guys, in this video, we will now show you the BroBot online chatbot admin system login, the system unit test. So here it is. First, we're gonna go on the register form, which it has only one test case, which is the admin account. The only step you need to check is to create your admin account. As for the expected results, it was successfully created a new admin account without an error. So let's do this. Create. Let's see if I create one. I'll be back, guys, so I'm gonna mute for a while. And now, guys, since I already typed all of my details and I select a portal, let's see if I create an account. Just wait for a while. Boom. It successfully creates a account, returning to the login screen. Next is in the login part, so we have to check if the login credentials and click on the login button. So the expected results of this will be it successfully logged in without an error. So let's see if I gotta type it right now. Hold on for a while. And here it is. Welcome to BroBot Online Chatbot Admin System. Now here's the main form. Now which you will lead to the next process, which is the main form dashboard. There are 2 test cases you need to check, or 5 of them actually. Or this 2 test cases actually, I forgot. Sorry about that, my almost. First test case will be this one, the view frequently asked questions. So I'll go start with first the 5th one, since it already displayed the frequently asked questions. Let's see for the view feedback summary. First, the only step is to click on the feedback summary. It's for the expected results. It successfully displayed the feedback summary pie chart without an error. So I gotta click it right here. Feedback summary. Boom. It displays the pie chart without an error. But for this 4th test case, it's the frequently asked questions. So if I click frequently asked questions button, it displays a frequently asked questions chart without an error. So it would display successfully. If I go back right here, here it is. It displayed well, and here's the frequently asked questions chart without an error. Next one is the manage conversation through the default message. So I'm gonna go to manage conversation and wait for a while. Boom, here it is, the default messages. So what we're gonna do is to view default message in the test case. So the only step for the default message is to edit a default message. Let's see if I edit one of these. Actually, it's gonna type right here. If I take save of this, boom, it shows that the introduction message has successfully changed. Save to this actually. Oops, wait for a while. As it was saving its new greeting message. Here it is. The same for the no result message and confirmation message with a yes feedback and no feedback. Same results. If I save it, here it is. Same right here for the confirmation message. If I gotta add here, I save it. Boom. Without an error, confirmation message has successfully changed. Here it is. The overall of the default messages, the save button actually works without an error. Let's wait for a while. Here it is. Without an error for saving the updated ones. The BroBot greeting message, no result message, and the confirmation message with a yes and no feedback. Next test case is the responses, which we found in the managed conversation, and click response. Next is test case will be create your response. There are two steps. First is to click on the add button, and second is to enter required details and click save button. So first steps, expected results will be successfully navigate to create response tab page without an error. For the second step is the expected results for that is the second step has successfully created new response and reflected on the responses immediately without an error. So let's do it. If I add one, and boom, it navigates to create response tab page. So that or they create new BroBot response. Here it is. So I'm gonna click it. Let's say I simply create a question or input and a response without it. New options, right? Without touching the options and create new options. So I click save, and this step expected result. It will notify you that it successfully created new response, and it will reflect on the response. So if I click save, here it is. It will notify that the response has successfully added, and it will reflect on right here the response. So let's wait for a while. And here it is. There is my latest creation of a response. Next one is the edit response. So here it, instead of add, why do we try to edit? So for the edit response, there are at least about two steps. First step is to click on edit button. And for the expected results, it successfully navigated the create response tab page without an error. Same for the add button, and same for this one actually. For the create your response, for the edit response, it will show you that it shows that successfully edited save response without an error. So let's say if I gotta click edit this one, I click on the 38 ID, I click edit to wait where the util navigates to the Create Response tab. Here it is. Let's see if I edit one, like this one responds like this. I click save, and here's the response. Response notification. Response has successfully edited, and it will reflect right here on the response. So if I click right here, let's wait for a while. Sorry for that. And here it is. Here's my edited response. Another thing for the responses which is the delete button. Here it is, the delete function. The only step is for that delete response is to click an item or row in the responses list and click delete button. For the expected results, the selected response saved with a confirmation message to delete. Once it was clicked yes, it's successfully deleted without an error. So if I click this and that which I did create earlier, it will show this with a question mark notification. It says, do you want to delete this response? I click yes, and it will delete this recently created question. And here it is, another pop-up message, response has successfully deleted. So for the next test case we'll be showing you right now is the create your response for answered questions coming from the unanswered managed conversation. This is the system test plan, and there are two steps. First is to click an item or row in the unanswered questions list, then click create response button. It will successfully navigate to the create response tab page without error. And the second step is to enter required details and click save button. Results: successfully created a new response and reflected on the responses list immediately without an error. So let's go for the response. So if I click, let's save, I can click Math, English. If I click save, response has successfully added and it will display right here. And as for the unanswered, it should not display this question anymore from the unanswered. Another thing for the unanswered question is the delete unanswered question. It is simple. The only step is to click an item or row in the unanswered question list, then click button. For the expected result, the selected unanswered question that was saved with a confirmation message to delete, and once it was click save, it's successfully deleted without an error. So if I click delete, it will notify to you that do you want to delete this question. I click yes. Boom. The question has successfully deleted, and it's gone. Like the selected item I just clicked is now gone since I deleted it. So for the next test case we will show it to you right now is the account settings in my account. So wait for a while. Here it is. The only test case right here is the edit accounts. There are two steps. First step is to click on the edit button on the specific field that needs to be edited. Once it was done, it will successfully enable the field and display the save and cancel buttons without an error. So if I click this, here it is. It automatically changes back to save button, it generates save button and cancel button, and now the text box is enabled. As for the second one is to edit information and click the save button. Expected that it successfully edited an information without an error. So let's see if I can type one. I click save. Boom. ID number has successfully changed. Here it is. I'll be doing the same, or I'll be doing the same procedure on some of these, so I'll be back right now. Alright, so I did edit some of them, so here it is. I already edited the last name, given name, email, and the position. So next up is the view accounts from the managed accounts right here. See, here it is. Only have to check is the view account, so only one step we need to do is to select an account in the accounts list. For what results it might be, it will successfully display admin account information without an error. So we gotta type like here, like this one. It displays my other account like this one. Same for this one actually. It showed this. If I click this, it showed this. So that's all of that. Another thing is to delete an account. So the only step we need to check is to select an account in the account list, then click account button. So the select account is saved with a confirmation message to delete. It's successfully deleted without an error. So let's see if I gotta delete my previous account like here. This one, if I delete this one, boom. The account has successfully deleted, so without an error. For the final test case in the system test admin system of the chatbot, what we're looking right now is the login history. So here it is, here's the login. And this test case is called view login history. Only one step, and that step is to select an item or row in the login history list. Once it was clicked, it will show it successfully displayed the login history information without an error. So here in this latest one, it successfully displays the user login details. So as you can see, there's a date and time login, ID number, name, username, email, gender, department, and position. But if you're gonna click this account, it will pop out a blank. All of this are blank, and it will set to the default picture.